Hello, hello, hello. Well, I honestly thought we'd have like another week or so before this patch went live. And with all the SAG-AFTRA stuff going on, I was curious if it was even going to come out with English dubbing. But I did take a little bit of a sneak peek into another stream to see that there was some English dubbing in it. Means that I guess this has probably been pre-recorded ahead of it. Because there's a lot of stuff going on with the recording contract or the recording nonsense that's happening right now with the strike, in addition to the fact that those who may have been long-time followers of the channel may have noticed that I did not do a reaction to Fei Xiao's animated short. I personally haven't even watched it yet, nor have I done a reaction to her character trailer. I might retroactively go back and do that, but for the time being, I have not taken the time to go do that. So, we're planning on doing the Finest Duel under Pristine Blue 2. That is the plan for today's stream. If we do not end up doing that, well, maybe we'll just start doing Kafka pulls and call it a day with that. A new light bulb? What's this? Exo Toughness. Enemies with Exo Toughness will trigger Weakness Break when their initial toughness is reduced to 0. Then their temporary toughness can continue to be reduced. When temporary toughness is reduced to 0, the enemy will receive Weakness Break damage again. The effect will be removed when this occurs. They're buffing break damage again? Why? Why would they buff toughness damage again? On behalf of the Alliance, we offer this small gift on the occasion of the War Dance Ceremony, wishing the Astral Express unhindered and safe travels on your journey. Alright. Gift of the Comet. Star Rail Pass. Maybe I'll wait till I have all of these, and then we'll do our Kafka pulls. Trailblaze Continuance. Yep. Finest Duel under the Pristine Blue 2. Then we have the Luminary War Dance. I still can't believe that they put 4 banners. What is my pity at right now, anyway? Character event. So we're at 9 pity. And I have about 100 pulls, so... not enough to guarantee it. So we're gonna have to win that 50-50. Oh no, wait, we have 25 pulls already. So we'll have about 130 pulls, give or take. So if we get an early one, we'll have it guaranteed, but I'll save that for later. Alright, let's start with, what's the new text message we got? Dr. Ratio and Himiko. There's no rush. How is testing the Divergent Universe the human comedy? Scroolum surprised me. His kingly qualities indeed mean he's more open to accepting external suggestions, unlike other geniuses. In my spare time, I've compiled a new batch of data as an iterative sample of this version of the Divergent Universe. I'll send you a copy. Think of it as practice material for a test. Attachment investigation for the life cycle of cosmic intelligent life forms AE2157 has been sent. I'm only a tester. Thinking is not on my job description. Equations allow you to experience different lives. It's more about how you become someone, but you have a clear idea of where you want to go. Even if the genius of the researchers does not concern you, you should stop pondering the life. Don't worry, for users such as yourself, just reading literature review and conclusion sections will suffice. Not even Skrillum will read through the verbose document word by word. Are you working together? Skrillum is trying to understand and resolve differences and conflicts amongst intelligent life forms. I only provided him with some materials to advance the academic exchanges. As for partner, that's just him overstating my contribution. He thinks highly of you. Yet you declined his invitation. Why? Geniuses are like stars. The value they create illuminate the entire planetary system. The mundane is always trying to follow in their footsteps, only to be blinded and become lost. He has his topics, and I have mine. One needs to walk their own path. This is true to both you and me. And what we got from Himiko? Oh, this is just Himiko, because we have Himiko, so this is our daily text from Himiko. Tried coffee beans you brought me last time. Looks nice. Maybe it is indeed a nice fruit. Anyone else got a taste? Not yet. Everyone's still out and about. I'd like to hear your opinion first when you're free. I'm outside your door. Come on, you yucky young lady. What a funny lady. Okay, enough distractions. Story time. Where we last left off, we were trapped in the shackling prison, and I believe Yanqing's group with March 7th and Yoon Lee were about to make their way to the seat of divine foresight. And also the generals were about to go off and do something too. Oh, let's just read the recap. The shackling prison has fallen and a pack of wolves have broken free. This startling development has upset everyone's plans before the Vor dance ceremony could even commence. While the Zansho alleyway seemed calm and peaceful as ever, wolves capable of shapeshifting have already hidden themselves in the crowd. After escaping from the shackling prison in one piece, you find Yanqing, who's anxiously pacing about. At dawn, to war. And moving forward, instead of just doing cutoff periods, I think when we do the story from this point on, what I'm probably going to be doing in the future is I'll leave them up here on Twitch for you can watch the VODs, and I'm going to, once I've completed through the entire story run, I'll edit it together into videos however I decide to divvy it up. I don't like uploading or editing stuff that is longer than 3 hours, so whenever I put the VODs onto YouTube, they will always be less than 3 hours. That is going to be the goal moving forward. And I don't even know why I'm saying this right now, because this is going to get edited out for the people on YouTube that watch it. I've honestly stopped caring about growing the Twitch channel. YouTube's been having a lot of growth lately. It's much easier to do short-form content. I can put out a YouTube short every now and then, and it draws attention to the channel. So, Twitch has not been a priority. I have a lot of other stuff going on in my life. Basically working 3 jobs right now, and then going to school. Busy, 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 busy. That's why we aren't streaming on a regular schedule anymore. But I still want to share my experiences and reactions to a lot of the content that I consume. Because yes,
there is business, there is Sampo.
Not now, Sampo. I enjoy games, and I want to share my enjoyment with others. That is the primary reason I do streaming. This is a hobby to me, not a career. Alright, Yanqing.
Come on in.
After the shackling prison break on the Starskip Haven streets. Oh, it's these two. I thought we sent them to Aramali.
When is this war dance going to start? The Sky Splitter has been hovering there
I just
for
realized
ages.
Fei Xiao's right there.
When can we board and see what's inside?
Is this how long-life species live? Everything proceeds so slowly.
This is the only bit of the story that I've seen so far. I clicked on someone else's stream playthrough just to see if there was actually English audio.
Relax. The Realm Keeping Commission will send boarding notices to all ticket holders. The Gazette said the Sky Splitter will fire a salute before the ceremony starts.
I saw the schedule for the first day of the tournament.
Yeah,
Can you
she's still over
believe
there.
the Ringmaster accepted 4 challenges? And he's just a kid. So, who are you betting on, Bardo?
I'm betting on neither. I lost all my credits betting on Roboball games in Tykean. This time, I've decided not to rely on probability games to accomplish my target of getting rich.
Your target of getting rich?
War dance. There you are.
Shouldn't I be trapped in the shackling prison? What am I doing here?
I heard you and Mr. Dan Heng went to meet the judges, and then a riot broke out in the shackling prison. I was so worried about you. Thank goodness you both made it out safe.
Well, that was anticlimactic, because we ended on that cutscene of the gate just shutting. Discuss what happened.
There was a revolt in the shackling prison. Fortunately, we were protected by the guards until the Cloud Knights arrived to rescue us.
What happened on your end?
I was planning to take Miss March and Yun Li to Stargazer Navalia to see the Sky Splitter up close, but we stumbled upon a group of suspicious Foxians carrying official identities. They were acting strange, so out of curiosity, we decided to follow them. It turns out they were actually Borisin disguised as Foxians.
Amazing shape-shifting powers.
It seems they infiltrated Stargazer Navalia in order to prepare for Hule's escape. And we foiled their plans by pure chance. I wonder who provided them with those disguises, and how many more Borisin have taken advantage of the war dance to infiltrate the ship.
Those tourists over there are talking about you.
Yeah, I heard them too. But I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint them. I've already reported to General Jing Yuan that I'll give up my role as the ringmaster.
What, you're not going to defend the ring?
The security of the Luofu is more important to me than anything else. I need to fulfill my duties as a Cloud Knight Lieutenant before taking on the honor of being a ringmaster.
That's fair.
Those tourists just want to see some good sword fights. Anyone can participate in this kind of tournament. Doesn't have to be me. The real challenge lies beyond the ring on the Sky Splitter. If we don't capture the fugitives soon, Hule will wreak havoc. Obviously, there's someone behind the scenes orchestrating.
Also, Jiao Chu is with him. I'm worried about his
spread
safety.
chaos. If we fail to thwart their evil plan, what honor will be left for us to uphold?
Well said.
Yeah, don't act like I didn't know you were over there. I saw you
may be
earlier.
tiny in stature, but your ambition matches that of the Yao Qing's warriors.
Hey, this has nothing to do with my height.
What brings you here, General?
Yes, I suggested to Yanqing that we find a place to have a decent meal. A hunter must be well fed before the hunt.
I thought the hunt was the purpose of becoming well-fed, if you want to be really specific about it.
You still have a good appetite, even in the face of disaster. You truly are the Merlin's Claw. Please finish the food quickly so we can get to work, General Feixiao.
Well, that's not up to me. Dig in. I called you here so you could enjoy the food.
It looks good to me.
Me? This isn't the time for a leisurely meal, and this is way too much for me.
Oh yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot.
Oh. You'd give me time to enjoy a meal, but not yourself? Ever since you encountered those Borisin spies, you've been so busy that you've hardly eaten anything. You can't defeat Hule on an empty stomach.
Who says you can't? It's
Take your time. Enjoy the meal and
I almost solely operate on an empty stomach and no sleep. That's the American way. Torturing our citizenry.
Hule's whereabouts are still unknown, and they've even taken Mr. Jiao Cho hostage. The longer we wait, the more complicated the situation becomes.
Jiao Cho always said I'm the most impatient person among the Cloud Knights, and I can't argue with that. So, there's no reason for you to be more anxious than me. I've fought against Borson abominations for years, and I know their ferocity and cunning well. The Borson were clearly well prepared for this prison break, and now they are staying in the shadows. They have no reason to rush out into the open. When facing cunning and ferocious prey, the hunter must be more patient, biding their time to seize the golden chance for a decisive blow. Once Hule loses his patience and reveals himself, that's when we'll strike.
Fair enough.
But when will that time come?
To be fair, though, they don't know that Hule doesn't plan to leave yet. Because Jiao Chu is, from what I remember, Jiao Chu said that Jing Liu is on the Luofu, and that convinced Hule to stay so that he could get revenge.
Like I said, it's only one meal away.
At least have a snack. Take something for the road, Yanjing. Keep your energy up. Okay. After the shackling prison break and the seat of divine foresight, so we're just cutting everywhere.
Hua Yen, the Skyfaring Commission has finished its preparations. Do you have any other instructions?
Representing the consensus between the Merlin's Claw and the Divine Foresight, I'll step in as the temporary commanding officer of the seat of Divine Foresight and oversee the Six Commission's affairs on the Luofu.
So can Fu Xuan just divine where Hule is? Can we not do that?
What is the situation at the shackling prison?
Hule made a quick escape and even sealed the gates of the prison. As of now, the Cloud Knights have re-established contact with the staff inside. The good news is the two Nameless who were trapped in the shackling prison are safe and sound.
I know I shouldn't use the word great given the current situation, but I'm relieved that she and Dan Heng are safe.
We've lost contact with one of the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. The Borisin have likely taken him hostage.
Jiao Chu.
Don't worry, Yuko. Fei Shao is leading the wolf hunt operation, and you know how capable she is.
I have no doubt about General Fei Shao's capabilities, General Hua Yen.
It's a lot of generals in that
sentence. About
sentence.
the wardens. According to the plan,
All
the
right.
ceremony will begin in 6 hours.
That
The
soon?
Sky will be activated, and all visitors will board the ship to watch the contest. But now, with Hule's whereabouts unknown, everything is filled with uncertainty.
I wonder if that's a big heads up that, hey, it's going to be about 6 hours for this Trailblaze continuance. Should the war dance really be held as scheduled?
Arch is right, Grandpa. I heard the escaped prisoner from the shackling prison is beyond formidable. In case anything goes wrong.
So, Yun Li, what do you think we should do?
It's like Blade, except he's big and a wolf.
Well, I believe we should declare martial law and allocate manpower to search for the escaped prisoners. And as for the war dance, it's better to announce an indefinite delay for now.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Your plan sounds solid, but unfortunately,
Martial law is never
solid
the answer.
plans rarely get a chance to be implemented. I believe there are at least 2 parties who won't accept your approach.
3 if you count me. Which 2 parties?
The first are the many travelers who have come all the way here for the war dance. If we declare martial law now, it's like declaring that the Luofu isn't safe. How do you think the outsiders would react? They'd be terrified, and chaos might ensue.
Yep. Martial law, bad idea.
The second party is the staff of the Xianzhou Luofu's 6 commissions. They've invested a lot of resources and manpower into organizing the war dance. Suddenly suspending it indefinitely would create numerous challenges for them.
You could suspend it by a day. You don't have to make it indefinite, though. The martial law is my main objection. An indefinite suspension also is bad.
But of course, not everyone disagrees with your idea.
Really?
the mastermind behind this incident would fully support your opinion, presumably.
Really?
Oulé's escape and your discovery of Borisin's spies at Stargazer Navalia. Even a child could guess that these events were orchestrated. The fugitive is just one piece in the game. The one controlling the pieces wants to spread chaos and suspicion among the people on the Lawfu. If we declare martial law and postpone the war dance, we'll fall into their trap and instill fear in people even before Oulé actually does anything.
So what do we do?
We'll search for the prisoners while maintaining order on the Lawfu, acting as if nothing has happened.
I'll be honest, I don't like that idea any better than the martial law.
As if nothing has happened. Yanqing said he'd assist the generals, and now he's nowhere to be found. With the host ringmaster gone, how are we supposed to act like nothing has happened?
That's why I called the two of you here.
Are you suggesting that I take Yanqing's place as ringmaster? I mean, you're dressed like a ringmaster, all be considered. Suggesting that Yunli takes Yanqing's place as ringmaster? Are you planning to take the role of ringmaster yourself, General Huayan?
Of course I'll do my part, but not on the Sky Splitter.
General Huayan, are you asking me to take Yanqing's place as the ringmaster?
That's a bold assumption, March 7th. Please tell me she's wrong.
You caught on quickly, Miss March.
Damn it.
That's exactly what I mean.
But Miss March is a guest invited by General Jing Yuan, Grandpa. How can an outsider represent the Lawfu in the ring?
They're a neutral party.
It will make the Xianzhou Lawfu a laughingstock.
Dear child, the nameless of the Astral Express are renowned throughout the cosmos. It's an honor to have them participate in the ceremony. Plus, Miss March is a disciple of the little Cloud Knight Lieutenant. How can she be regarded as an outsider?
Damn, you bring in facts and logic here.
We can't afford to have any problems during the war dance. I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter. Yukong, please explain to them the rest of the arrangements.
Oh, you had a meeting before we even got here, didn't you? Oh, switching to Lingsha's POV. That's right, Lingsha's in this patch. I kind of forgot you existed. She's gonna be in the second phase banner. I really wish that they did, if they were gonna do multiple banners, I feel like it would have been better for them to do, 3 banners in this patch and 3 in the next, instead of having 4 banners in this patch and 2 in the next. Feels a little bit front-loaded. It's almost as if they don't want people saving their Primo Gems. Or Stellar Jade, I guess. I keep getting those mixed up. The Primo Gems in Genshin don't actually look like gems to me. They look like stars. And the Stellar Jade in Star Rail honestly looks more like gems. The Primo Gems look more like Stellar Jade, because it's stellar. It's a star. I can't be the only one that has come to this realization. Somebody else has had to do this. 3 duel hours before the war dance convene. We've already fast-forwarding 3 hours?
I am sorry for our improper management, and I truly appreciate your assistance, General.
There is no need to apologize. We Cloud Knights fight on the battlefield while you judges punish the criminals. We are 2 sides of the same Xianzhou Luofu, and it is my honor to serve the Ten Lords' commission. I've grasped the situation of the prison break. Now tell me more about the current state of the shackling prison.
Borisin infiltrated the prison in disguise and released the prisoners, spreading chaos.
Also, the confiscated IPC robot mechs thingies also went haywire.
Among the judges on duty in the 4 divisions,
Judge Shui from the detention division was killed, and is temporarily unavailable. So, I'm taking over her duties and commanding Arumaton spectral envoys and spiritfarers to quickly restore order in the affected areas.
I, and the two behind me, will go deeper into the prison to investigate.
But, General, the situation inside is still chaotic and perilous. Your presence would be...
Nah, Jingyuan's got this.
It's common for Cloud Knight generals to face danger directly. Hule has escaped, and the Yaoqing envoy is being held hostage by the Borisin. His fate is unknown. This is a grave matter. Not only did the Merlin's Claw offer no reproach, she decided to go after Hule herself to prevent further calamity. I believe the Law Fu owes her something in return for her fervent determination.
So what do we hope to gain from investigating the prison?
How did the infiltrators learn about the location where Hule was held?
That is good
and
information.
How did they time their plan just before the Yaoqing messengers were ready to escort him? Finding the answer to these questions shouldn't be too difficult. What truly matters is if we can gather the clues that lead us to the mastermind behind all of this.
From the trailer, it's gonna probably be the Preceptor guy.
I understand, but I'm afraid it won't be an easy task.
For a long time, this hidden force has been pursuing their own goals and undermining the security of the law. Backing down now will only encourage them to further endanger the peace here.
The Ten Lords Commission will support your decision with everything we have, General.
Dan Heng and Ling Sha, I'll need both of you to accompany me on this challenging journey.
Well, it's part of my responsibilities as the Cauldron Master. So,
maintaining the prison?
Where would you like to start, General?
Let's start with those Borisin disguised as Foxians.
My people have already prepared the evidence.
Oh, really? Alright. Oh, wow. Unbidden elixir.
Incense ascends, entwined with ethereal clouds.
I mean, I guess if we're gonna have you in the party, I don't need Lacha. Slightly shorter than Hanya. Okay. Investigate the Borisin corpses.
According to Lieutenant Yenqing's report, he stumbled upon a few suspicious Foxians at Stargazer Navalia. After following them, he discovered that they were actually Borisin in disguise. This is one of the bodies.
Of those three?
Looking at him now, it's hard to imagine how he transformed into a Foxian.
My alchemists detected some complex ingredients in his remains, which might explain how these Borisin were able to disguise themselves as Foxians. Simply put, Foxians and Borisin share a common ancestry. Although they look completely different now, there isn't much genetic difference between them. This medicine allows Borisin to temporarily change their shape into that of Foxians.
Interesting. Kind of like how in One Piece, fishmen and humans are technically genetically the same because they can share blood.
So, in other words, if they stop taking the medicine, their true form will soon be revealed?
Indeed. This means that these Borisin have a steady supply of the medicine within the Lafu.
Borisins have fast metabolism, so the effects of the medicine don't last long.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once again.
Traitors everywhere you look on the Lafu.
When I was sorting through the prescriptions they use, I came across one called Semblance Reversion Essence. It's designed to help those disciples suppress signs of their Mara-struck forms and maintain their normal appearance. When I compared it to the medicine found in the Borisin's body...
It was similar.
They're one and the same, aren't they?
The medicinal properties and ingredients may differ, but the principle remains the same.
Since ancient times, the Borisin have always sought to have more powerful bodies, regarding the Foxians as weaklings. Yet, in order to save their warhead, they were willing to disguise themselves as Foxians. Their determination is quite remarkable.
Yeah.
If these infiltrators rely on the medicine to maintain their disguise, then following this lead in our investigation seems prudent. Please follow me.
To the Alchemy Commission. It would make sense that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, are aiding them.
Here we are. According to the judge, this area is not yet under control, so we should proceed cautiously. I've captured the nature of the medicine in my sensor. By following the medicinal fumes, we should be able to retrace the steps of the disguised Borison.
Optional, investigate the suspicious clues along the escape route. What was I about to say? Something. Right, Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I personally don't think they're that bad. Prison guard collapsed on the ground, her body twisted unnaturally. Examine.
Incredible strength. The attacker shattered this warden's bones with a single blow.
Such brute strength is not something an ordinary Borison possesses. This is likely the work of Hulay.
If I may be so bold to ask, is this Borison truly that formidable?
He's like 20 feet tall. I would hope he is.
I have lived a bit longer and engaged in a few more battles than you, Miss Lingshaw. To the Alliance, Borison have always been the most formidable adversaries. And Hulay is a monster feared even among his own kind. With his strength, Hulay united numerous Borison packs, forming a grand army of abominations of abundance. They constantly push the Alliance's armies into perilous positions. Over 7 centuries ago, I followed my mentor on a campaign against the abominations. And I personally witnessed the devastation on the battlefield after Hulay appeared.
That's right, you're Jing Liu's apprentice, so you were probably there when Jing Liu took him down.
Even with medicinal pellets that suppress the fear caused by his lupatoxin, countless Cloud Knights succumbed to panic in the face of his murderous aura. They couldn't even raise a hand in resistance. If the former sword champion hadn't immobilized Hulay with her Frostblade, the outcome of that fateful battle could have been very different. By the end of the battle, only a few of us remained. The crimson moon cast the sheen of blood on all. Everything I saw was painted dark red.
If that's the case, why wasn't the beast executed instead of being imprisoned?
He's immortal.
On the Xianzhou Jumi, the judges cast those unforgivable and nearly immortal abominations of abundance into the eternal flames of the stars, reducing them to ashes.
You mean just throw him into the sun? That is an idea.
Their so-called immortality is just a facade. I mean, nothing can truly defy death, can it? I just don't understand why the Luofu kept this tumor for so long, leading to the terrible situation we're facing now.
True.
But I guess I understand. The people of the Luofu are known for their kindness. Even when faced with the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, they couldn't bring themselves to cut it out. Instead, they exiled the healer, who tried to solve the problem, to the Xianzhou Jumi.
I understand if you hold grudges against me, Miss Lingshaw. I take the blame for the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. As for why Hulay was only in prison, I can shed some light on that too.
I'm just a healer. I'm not familiar with the past. I'd appreciate it if you could enlighten me, General.
Okay, why can't this thing be killed?
All right. Let me tell you more about it as we go.
Fill me in. I just want to hear Alejandro ramble for a bit. Alright, let's get a demo. Let's see how Lingshaw plays. I'm told that she's just E2 Gallagher, basically, on crack. Befog. Bunnies. Alright. Let's do some reading. Fire damage, single target. Deals minor fire damage to all enemies and at the same time restores HP for all allies. Fuyan's action advantages. Talent. Using skill summons Fuyan. When taking action, launches a follow-up attack and deals minor fire damage to all enemies. Additionally, deals minor fire damage to a single random enemy, prioritizing targets with both toughness greater than 0 and fire weakness. Spells 1 debuff from all allies, restores HP using the skills repeatedly, increase Fuyan's action count. Increases the break damage taken by all enemies. Deals fire damage to all enemies, restores HP for all allies. Fuyan's action advances. After using technique, immediately summons Fuyan at the start of the next battle and increases break damage taken by all enemies. Cool.
Yeah. Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
A foregone conclusion. Conflict is pitiless.
Hit him hard.
Show no mercy.
What just happened? Fire and wind seem to be the elements of this patch. Maybe I should switch out Jing Yuan for somebody else.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
But as long as we got Silverwolf. Typing doesn't matter.
Immerse yourself in it. More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Marshmallow Rabbit.
Did this Cloud Knight also take the medicine?
Ningxia peels open the Cloud Knight's armor, stretches out her hands to search for a moment.
No. This is a Borisin in disguise. A guard killed him before he could return to his original form.
All these Borisin are dressed in official attire. Besides the Cloud Knight, there were also 2 Borisin disguised as members of the Skyfaring Commission and the Artisanship Commission. Whoever is providing them with official identities must hold the position of power. Let's search elsewhere.
Incense ascends, entwined with ethereal clouds.
I commend it.
Go. More investigations. Prisoner on the ground, the joy of regaining freedoms, a sudden shock. These 2 expressions are frozen on his pale face at the moment of death.
Someone bit open his arteries and drained almost all of his blood while he was still alive. Such a cruel and ruthless act.
Despite being a long-lived species, Borisin are actually more like predatory beasts that must feed on raw blood and flesh. I've heard that Hule was deprived of food and water in the shackling prison. It's hard to imagine how he managed to suppress his hunger for over 7 centuries. Will the hostage from the Yaoqing be able to avoid being his meal?
Such is the terrible nature of the abominations of abundance. We subjected him to the Forest of Swords to drain his life force. But in the end, his punishment turned into a test of our patience. Just like you said, Miss Lingshaw. Casting a creature that can't be killed into a star would be a way to permanently get rid of it. But unfortunately,
It didn't work.
The Foxians didn't agree to that.
Exactly. The atrocities committed by Hule went beyond mere massacres. Throughout numerous wars, we made every effort to eradicate the Borisin. But Hule, with his mysterious sorcery, turned countless Foxians into his pawns. And so the Borisin kept returning. The Foxians curse his name day and night, and they even use it to scare children into staying quiet. How could they grant a swift death to such a great sinner?
You know what? They should have just thrown him into the sun.
I wonder if you know why Hule wasn't taken into custody by the Foxian majority Xianzhou Yaoqing, but instead imprisoned in the Xianzhou Luofu, Miss Lin Sha.
As you mentioned, your mentor was an exceptional warrior and was the one who defeated Hule, an extraordinary achievement. Therefore, the Marshal placed this feral beast under the jurisdiction of the Xianzhou Luofu as an honor, I assume?
It seems you have a major misunderstanding about this arrangement, Miss Lin Sha. Allow me to explain it to you.
This was how they brokered the deal of peace between the Foxians, right? I mean, don't leave me hanging. Alright, let's get to the bottom of this. The giant robots. Great. The wolf-shaped mech disintegrates into a pile of metal.
Yan Qing told me that an IPC ship was attacked by Borisin. Is this what they were transporting on the ship?
Biometric weapon that will auto-restart even after being turned off. The Intelligentsia Guild's research on the traits of longevity.
Yes. The Artisanship Commission and Alchemy Commission conducted a joint examination and found that parts of this machine are made from specially refined Borisin biotissue. I heard the Intelligentsia Guild has been researching the biological properties of long-life species, hoping to make medical or combat-related discoveries. However, they haven't dared to cross any lines due to their so-called relationship with the Alliance.
Perhaps to those scholars, Borisin are no different from lab animals. Maybe the Borisin attacked that ship to retaliate against the Intelligentsia Guild for experimenting on them?
Who knows? I'll tell you this much. There is a quest line you can do on the Luofu where you can help an Intelligentsia Guild member examine the long life properties of the Vidyara. And it ends in a really surprising way where he accidentally ages himself backwards to, like, unbirth. It's kind of sad.
No. If it were only about revenge, they could just wreck the ship and destroy all the cargo, instead of allowing it to end up in the shackling prison.
This was probably part of their plan.
It was a deliberate display to showcase the dangerous nature of the cargo in broad daylight. This way, the cargo would end up in the shackling prison, serving as a tool for the prison break.
This skill in exploiting the blind spots of others' mindsets is so atypical of them. I'm afraid the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild unknowingly became their accomplices.
Something seems to be hiding in the pile of metal, ready to move.
Watch out! This thing is still alive!
Of course it is. Why would it not be still alive?
It can regenerate even after suffering such severe attacks?
Their imitation of long-life species has crossed the line. Yeah.
Armor damaged.
Time for a buzz.
Follow my charge.
Here, there's thunder.
Alright. We're gonna get to see what Lingsha's ult looks like pretty soon.
Get it together.
Right now, even.
The truth burns clear as a flame.
That's pretty cool.
If it can still move, it means it wasn't damaged enough. Let's make sure it never moves again.
Can I have fun this time?
Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy.
We're just having fun.
This
All right,
combat-
defense down.
This is double speed.
Armor damage. Lacerate.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly.
Detecting damage.
Here, this thunder.
Armor damaged.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
Sampo does a lot of damage.
Sustained.
Immerse yourself in it. Yeah.
Damage sustained. Attack mode.
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Is that it?
Death by bunny. Daniel does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. The giant machine goes silent again, like a wounded beast drained of its blood. It can no longer move.
You haven't answered my question about why Hule was imprisoned in the Lafu instead of the Yaoqing General. You've been reserved in your response. Could it be that such an arrangement wasn't an honor?
The reason why the Marshal didn't leave Hule on the Yaoqing lies in the very mech in front of us.
Are you suggesting that there are people trying to understand Hule's secrets and use them for their own purposes? Just like with this mech?
I mean, he's like super immortal. I can get that.
Well, I understand. I've heard that the Foxians on the Yaoqing share a bloodline with the Borson. And just like the Borson, some of the Foxians there experience an uncontrollable insanity called moon rage. The Marshal believed that this would be inhumane and no different from what the Borson did, so...
Exactly. While Borison see moon rage as a blessing that unlocks their true potential, Foxians see it as an inevitable curse within their bloodline. Countless healers of the Yaoqing have attempted to unravel this mystery, but to no avail.
Chuck it into the sun? Potentially solve medical mysteries that have fathomed people for centuries. You see, now that is a moral dilemma.
Why can Borison control the power of moon rage? Can we Foxians break free from this curse? These questions were asked frequently. Each questioner had good intentions. But the road to catastrophe is paved with good intentions. To the Foxians of the Yaoqing, Hule was not only the warhead of the Borison, but also a monster that could be the subject of much research. Hule thus became a poison that corrupted people's minds without their knowing.
That's why the Marshal decided to imprison Hule and the Lafu. It wasn't an honor, but rather a warning.
A use.
Because such selfish pursuits in the name of good intentions once led to a tragedy on the Lafu that served as a warning to future generations.
This edition of Imbibitor Lunae.
Oh, was it Hule that turned frickin' Blade into what he is now?
By imprisoning Hule and the Xianzhou Lafu, the Marshal both suppressed the dangerous intentions of the Yaoqing Foxians and warned the Xianzhou Lafu to refrain from repeating its
Okay,
mistake.
so no, that was after. Okay. He said, hey, we already messed with abundance experimentation once. It didn't end well.
That was a necessary trade-off. The Xianzhou Alliance is not solely about the Xianzhou natives. Only when all three races, Foxian, Videodora, and Xianzhou natives, form an alliance, will there be a promising future for all.
Thank you for enlightening me. Was it for the same reason that you traded off my mentor to the Xianzhou Zhuming, only to stand idle and allow the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
You said that I couldn't bear to cut out the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, but instead exiled the healer who tried to solve the problem to the Xianzhou Juming. But did your mentor tell you her good intentions led her to perform certain healing arts on Dan Heng, who had just finished his hatching rebirth, so that he would regain the memories of his past life?
What did you just say?
Well, that would actually explain a few things.
She believed that restoring the High Elder's knowledge of his past life would allow the Vidyadhara to resume their duty as the guardians of the Ambrosial Arbor, quelling the strife within their clan and bringing everything back on the right path. But just as I mentioned earlier, the road to catastrophe is always paved with good intentions. Since then, the 6 charioteers decided that the Alchemy Commission would no longer have a Cauldron Master. Until your arrival now.
If that's the case, I should thank you for protecting my mentor by exiling her, General.
Quite the contrary. I should be the one thanking you.
Thanking me?
All I ever want is to have a clear conscience. However, can long-life species truly achieve that goal in their long-drawn lives? For example, you were implicated along with your mentor, and forced to leave your homeland without knowing the truth.
That kind of sucks.
And now, with the complicated situation in the Alchemy Commission, the Alliance has spared me a lot of trouble by sending you to handle this challenging task. Shouldn't I be thanking you instead?
That is one way to look at it.
Your eloquence is indeed impressive, the divine foresight. You won't even leave me any excuses to hold a grudge against you. But let me make it clear. The Alliance sent me here to handle the business impartially, not to choose sides.
It doesn't matter which side you choose, Miss Lingshaw. At the end of the day, both you and I stand on the side of the Alliance, don't we? Let's keep going.
I don't know about that. I'm with Dan Shu. I'm with the disciples of Saint Dismedicus. But I'm a little bit biased because I'm not a long-life species. Please tell me that they didn't leave Shuyi's body down here. They did. They did, didn't they? Mess of bodies. Fierce battle must have been fought here. Examine the Mara-struck remains.
These Mara-struck soldiers don't appear to be escaped prisoners.
How can you tell?
These soldiers are fully armed. Obviously, they didn't hastily join the battle.
The messenger named Moza did say that there were 2 groups of attackers. The other attackers, aside from the Borison, could hide their tracks. I believe he was referring to these people.
When did Moza bring that up? That's news to me.
Hide their tracks?
Exactly. I've engaged with these attackers before, and they used Cloud Hymn magic to hide their presence. Without careful observation...
Oh wait, yeah, that did
can
happen.
detect them.
That's when we ran into Moza in the prison.
You once warned me to be cautious of the Vidyadhara Elder's influence within the Alchemy Commission. Could it be?
What's on your mind, Miss Lingshaw?
Well, it seems that someone provided the attackers with a map of the shackling prison. And considering the Vidyadhara's involvement in the prison's construction, it raises suspicion about their role in this.
They're behind
Additionally, the fact that the Borison need medicine to disguise themselves would suggest that there are still moles within the Alchemy Commission assisting them covertly.
That adds up.
Moreover, forging official identities for the undercover Borison would require someone with significant authority. And the presence of assassins capable of using Cloud Hymn magic deepens my suspicion about the Preceptors. But why would the Videodara collude with the Borison and aid in Hulei's escape?
They aim to spread chaos. They believe that only in chaos can they regain their former power and influence. Since this edition of Imbibe de Lune, the once proud dragon race has been powerless, watching their influence wane. Being a native of the Luofu, Miss Ling Sha, I believe you understand the implications.
However, I don't think the Preceptors are the true masterminds. If I'm not mistaken, the one behind all this treachery is the Lord Ravager who exploited the weaknesses within the Luofu and instigated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, ultimately leading to the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection. Fentilia.
Yep. Fentilia pitting the sides against each other is the actual main villain of the Luofu, and I feel like that gets lost in a lot of the sauce. Because if you really look at it, get down and dirty, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus aren't in the wrong. They just have a different political opinion.
Please remember, General, that everything I've mentioned is mere speculation. We need concrete evidence for a public trial. If you want to interrogate someone within the Videodara's ranks, you'll need irrefutable proof.
So, what's your plan, Miss Ling Sha?
I'll send an invitation to the Preceptors.
An invitation?
To what?
The Preceptors have been inviting me for a personal meeting since my arrival on the Luofu. Now, I'll send them the remains of these Mara-struck soldiers and the route map I found in the prisoner's possession. Then, I'll ask them to meet me at Scale Gorge Waterscape. I'd like to hear their explanations.
Good idea. If I were to take action, it might alert the true mastermind. I trust you to handle this matter, Miss Ling Sha. The internal affairs of the Videodara should remain under their jurisdiction. And don't worry if things don't go smoothly. Once the wolf hunt operation is over, the hidden truths will come to light.
Whatever you say, General.
Speaking of the wolf hunt operation, I'm truly worried about the Yaoqing messenger who was taken hostage.
Me too.
Hulei was starving in the shackling prison for centuries. I don't know if the messenger can survive in that wolf's clutches. May Rainbow's blessing keep him safe.
I don't really like Lon all that much either, to be honest. Oh! Speak of the devil. Ciao, ciao. Where is Jing Liu, anyway? I thought she was supposed to be held in the shackling prison. Because of her Mara sickness. Honestly, if I was writing this story, I would have made it a lot shorter. And it would have ended in the last part, probably with the prison riot ending with just a rematch between Hulei and Jing Liu. But personally, I think they're setting up Hulei to be beaten by Yanqing, because it feels like they really want Yanqing to follow in the footsteps of Jing Liu.
As I said, I'm a healer. But my art of healing requires the culinary arts to be truly effective. The magic of my cauldron is its ability to make all kinds of medicines into dishes that patients can eat. When simmered and cooked together, any kind of medicinal herb or ingredient becomes a delightful delicacy.
Hey, I actually know where this is. That's that building that was being used as Disciples of Sanctus Medicus headquarters in Exalting Sanctum.
Delicacy. But isn't that just one flavor overpowering the others?
Well, you have a point. Let me ask you this. If there's a fussy child who refuses to eat green peppers, what's the best way to make him eat them?
Put some sugar on it?
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and cook him alive in a pot.
You have quite the sense of humor. I've heard that you Borison have lost many of your taste buds during the self-modification process, so you can't experience complex flavors. Only the saltiness of blood and flesh truly awakens your appetite.
It's a shame I don't have any green peppers right now. Otherwise, I'd happily stuff them into your mouth and cook you alive in a pot.
God, that's some terrible culinary advice.
I'm just kidding. The answer is quite simple. Chop up the peppers and mix them with minced meat to make meatballs. This way, the flavor of the meat overpowers the taste of the peppers. And even a fussy child can enjoy them.
Can I just boil your tongue in this hot pot? I know you're trying to buy time until someone comes to your rescue. You said that Jin Liu recently returned to the LaFu, right? Well, she did come back. But, unfortunately, I also found out that she committed serious crimes and was escorted to another Xianzhou ship.
So that's what happened to her? Well, I'm glad we're getting that clarification finally.
Do you really think you can delay our departure by provoking Lord Hulei's desire for revenge with your clever little tongue? You see Borison as savages who know nothing about the Xianzhou. But in fact, we know all about your tracking tricks. Like the jade abacus you're carrying, and the side cranes in the sky. The more hope you hold in your heart, the greater your pain will be when death comes. I wonder if you can maintain your composure when I tear your throat open.
His composure is only a temporary effect of the medicine.
Ooh, this is Hulei.
And it will wear off soon, right?
Lord Hulei.
Oh, you pathetic Foxians. For thousands of years, we were the ones who allowed you to live, and who granted you civilization. But in the end, you chose to betray us for the freedom promised by the Xianzhou people.
He looks kind of intimidating.
That's all right.
Even as a Foxian.
As long as you catch the scent of your masters, you obediently return to us. No matter how far you run away.
I wonder how long the medicine that makes him resistant to the weird malice or lupitoxin or whatever it's called. Refute him by pointing out that there are the runaways. So Discord.
Hulei. Have you ever wondered why it took them 7 centuries to come to your rescue? The Borison's era has long passed. Did they ever tell you these harsh facts before giving you hope for returning home? Lord Hulei? Now they're being crushed by the Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. By a Foxian. They're hiding in remote corners of the cosmos, trembling with fear like a wounded beast on its last legs, reaching out desperately for any fake hope of salvation, which in this case is you.
The Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. A Foxian? Very interesting. Tell me, Mock Talk. Is he speaking the truth?
He isn't lying. That lowly beast was a war slave who ran away from our pack. Cannon fodder, a thief. She stole our power and used her knowledge about us to fight us, using every dirty trick in the book.
She can use the same power that y'all can.
And she bested you, Mock Talk. Fairness is but a pathetic excuse for the dead and defeated. Since our great pack has fallen apart, who told you that I was alive? And who sent you here?
In our darkest hours, it was a prophet of the Master of Immortality, named Mongus.
Mongus?
Who showed us the way. Her guidance brought us hope.
Who's Mongus?
This prophet, Mongus. What does she want?
The prophet made this proclamation. The Borison have been divided for too long, and only your return can unite all the packs, restoring us to our former glory. That's when we learned that you were still alive. It must have been a manifestation of the Master of Immortality. And the prophet told us that the Foxian general of the Yao Qing would take you to her ship during the Lafu's war dance, and that it would be our best chance to infiltrate and free you from your prison. And just as she said, we did it.
Pointing out, refuting by pointing out that their plans have not succeeded, so Discord. Yeah, there's probably an ulterior motive.
That so-called prophet lied to all of you. She just sent you here to die.
But her prophecy has come true. Our warhead is right here, with us!
Once the news about the prison break spreads, the Cloud Knights will close all the ports. You may think you've escaped the prison, but you're just trapped in another cage, known as the Law Fu.
Let me kill this unruly, lowly beast, Lord Hulei! I assure you that our
Whoever's voicing Mock Talk is putting on the performance of a lifetime. I gotta give them credit. They're really putting in 110%.
Right now, everyone in the Lafu is distracted by the stupid war dance. So this will be the perfect chance to escape. Once you've returned to your territory, your revenge against the Xianzhou ships will be within reach.
Wasn't the war dance supposed to be like less than 3 hours from now?
Perfect chance to return to my weak and shattered pack at the mercy of a ridiculous false prophet and become a mere puppet in her clutches. Her plan is full of flaws. The only paths she has prepared for you are escape and death. Listen up. A wolf never allows itself to become prey. From now on, you'll follow my orders. Since you are so confident that the Cloud Knights will close the ports, Jiaoqiu, I'm now giving you a chance to go and see it for yourself. Go to the ports, come back, and tell me what you saw.
Wait, what did you just say?
But my lord!
Would an alpha wolf ever listen to a cub mock talk?
No, I've never heard anything like that. I wasn't trying to defy your will. I will always unquestioningly follow your orders.
I will never unquestioningly do anything. Why don't you send your people?
I'm offering you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Don't you want to run away, Jiaoqiu? You will come back. Because Foxians like you always obediently return to their masters, no matter how far they run away.
He'll come back. Follow Hulei's suggestion and head toward the dock area. Optional search and help keeps in. Okay, and now we have Jiaoqiu, who is Nihility. I kind of forgot about that.
A slow simmer over low heat, or quick stir fry over high heat?
Follow Hulei's suggestion, head to the dock area. Optional search and help and send news to the outside.
I don't fully understand Lord Hulei's intentions, But don't think you can simply run away. Understood?
Xiao Xiao will come back because he needs Hule to try to save
you go.
Fei Xiao.
Because Foxians like you always obediently head to the port and report back to me.
Okay. Alone in Peril, I just realized is the name.
I can't believe he actually let me go. What game is he playing? Perhaps I can try to warn the Cloud Knights. No. Perhaps I can just escape.
Look around. Foxian with a cold expression gazes at Xiao Qiu. There's a sharp pressure in his gaze, carrying a simple warning to the hue. It says, every clever little thought you bear might lead to severe consequences you'll become to regret. Wow, you got that much from a stare?
Just as I suspected. He's testing me.
Continue towards the
Cloud
port.
Knights must have been aware of the situation inside the shackling prison for some time. Will General Fei Xiao personally lead a squad to capture Hule? For now, I'll do as he asked.
I'm giving the Commissioner Orderly is not accustomed to handling emergencies like this one. Understand that if you thoughtlessly ask him for aid, you'll reap severe repercussions regardless of the outcome of success or failure. Remember, be mindful of your words and actions.
I'm sorry, but the Realm Keeping Commission Chancery is currently closed. All the officers and officials have been reassigned to assist in the war dance.
You can sense someone staring at you from not far away.
If I can help you.
No, that's nothing.
Although we're short-staffed at the moment, if there's anything I can do...
There's some red text. Nothing seems out of ordinary at the harbor. You're filled with anxiety. Cloud Knight Soldier. On duty, is alone, but without reinforcements. Understand if you thoughtlessly ask her for aid, you'll reap severe repercussions regardless of the outcome, success or failure. Remember, be mindful of your words and actions.
Hey there. I noticed you'd been looking at me for quite a while. Do you need my help?
Can you send a message to the Seat of Divine Foresight? Can send someone... Don't even... Nothing, I'm just wandering around.
Understood. Please come to me if you need any help.
Interesting. Suspicious ferryman.
Stop asking. I'm off duty now. Go bother someone else.
You sniff a familiar scent on the Foxian pilot. What if the warhead wants to leave?
You're not one of us, but I smell a familiar scent on you.
The warhead sent me here to check on the situation.
Have the Cloud Knights closed all the ports?
No, not at all. Instead, the Skyfaring Commission is clearing routes to prioritize star skiffs heading to the Sky Splitter. This will make our ships more noticeable when we try to escape.
Interesting.
The ports haven't been closed? What is going on? Stalling won't help. It's time to confront Hule and see what tricks he's up to.
I don't trust red text, not since Acheron. Just an ordinary but hardworking individual who ferries people from place to place. Understand if you thoughtlessly act for your aid, you'll be free. Yeah.
Would you like to board my star skiff?
Keenly notice the Foxian passengers near the Scarskiff pilot looking at you up and down. How many passengers can you accommodate?
Well, my little star skiff can't accommodate that many. But I have a larger one that will arrive in less than 15 minutes if you need it. So, where would you like to go? We need to hurry, wherever we're going. The war dance is about to start. The Skyfaring Commission is prioritizing star skiffs heading to the Sky Splitter.
Makes sense. The Cloud Knights, if the Cloud Knights closed up... I want to get outside the Jade Gate. Can you take me there?
What? Are you joking? How can I take you beyond the Jade Gate in this tiny star skiff?
Alright. That's annoying. So there's a Foxian in disguise, is the implication, watching each of the person. Let's try it.
If I can help you.
I am Zhao Chu, envoy of the Xianzhou Yaoqing.
Hi. Do you need my help, messenger from the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
Borisin are hiding in the Exalting Sanctum. You must deliver this news to the Cloud Knights.
Borisin? Here? Are you serious?
These Borisin are disguised as Foxians. Please warn the Cloud Knights immediately.
Will you please wait here for a while? I'll find a soldier.
Nope, this is gonna end terribly.
You're back, Zhao Cho.
Oh, yeah, they got the Realm Keeping Commission guy here.
Come and take a good look. Who is this person?
This Cloud Knight will help you.
What are you trying to do, Moktok?
What are you trying to do, Moktok? They have nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do? I told you to go to the port and check out the situation. But I never gave you permission to talk with others. Remember, this person died because of you.
Sickening crack of bones echoed through the small courtyard. There was no scream, not even the sound of a struggle. Yikes!
You want to prove to me that you hold everyone's lives in your hands, right, Hule?
Oh, exactly as you said. So, have the Cloud Knights closed the ports?
No.
They don't want to publicize my escape. I understand. It's no surprise, for fear is more deadly than claws and fangs. Especially during a festive time like the war dance. What lurks here is not a group of fugitives, but rather a pack of wolves amidst the flock. My cubs are hungry, ready to feast on flesh and blood, reveling in your fear. Your calm facade will soon crumble. I can tear through it and expose your pathetic bones any time. There's no escape from me, Zhao Cho. Of course, you can try your luck and believe that your wits will save you. But remember, you're not the only hostage in this city. If you try anything funny, innocent people will die because of you.
Should have just left an unmarked letter at the fucking Realm Keeping Commission. The fact that my only options were to talk to those two people felt kind of shitty.
Now, let's talk about the Foxian general you serve. Moktok says she's here for me, which means she'll be hunting me herself. Before the hunt begins, I need to know my opponent. You can refuse and play tough, or you can cooperate and save us both some time.
I'm all about saving time. Show weakness. Tall man stretches out a finger and touches your shoulder blade with a movement it's fast and not visible. It's as if a dagger has cut away a piece of your flesh. The pain creases down to the bone. You can barely stand.
Good. At least you didn't try to draw attention with a scream. That way no one will die in vain.
Fine. I'll tell you what you want to know about her. But I expect something in return.
What makes you think you're still in a position to negotiate with me?
You can torture me until I talk. Or let's save us both some time. Warhead. Here's the question that's been bothering me. How have you managed to survive and endure centuries of torture? Borison aren't supposed to live that long, or possess such regenerative abilities.
So, is that why the Shenjiao Yao Qing wanted to take me away? Oh, to some, I'm a hostage. But to others, I hold the secrets they desire.
We should have just thrown him into the sun.
I still remember, in the early years of my captivity, the Foxians came and went. They extracted my blood and marrow, trying to unravel the mystery of moon rage. They wanted to conquer their fear of the Borison and free themselves from their bloodline.
Do you have an answer to that?
Unfortunately, they failed to uncover the secret. So, they resorted to the most brutal punishments they could imagine. Some seek power to destroy their enemies, while others seek power to become their enemies. Which one are you, Jiao Zhou?
He seeks something different. He seeks a cure.
Ah, I see. You're the most pitiful of them all, healer of the Yao Qing. You seek power to share it with others and do good.
Why is that the worst of them all?
Well, then let me tell you the answer you seek. In our ancient legends, Duran, the ancestor of the Borison, was dissatisfied with his limited lifespan and power. He yearned to dominate the skies and become the master of all the stars. To achieve his goal, he sacrificed the lives of countless Borison and Foxians, pouring them into the spring bestowed by the Master of Immortality. Through a form of genetic sorcery, the water gave birth to a miracle. The lunar embryo.
What's with the text flying on the screen?
Duran ascended the birthing bed and obtained what he desired. A heart in the shape of a deep red full moon. He cut open his chest and replaced his original heart with this crimson moon. Laugh all you want, but only I know the truth behind every word. This moon heart beats within the body of every generation of the Borison warhead. In the ritual that decides the new warhead, the successor cuts open the previous warhead's chest and consumes the divine heart, thus possessing it as their own.
This arc is going to end with Fei Shao ripping that out and eating it, isn't it?
Life, allowing us to endure and thrive. It gathers the life essence of all the prey we consume, making us stronger and stronger. I thought all hope was lost after 7 centuries of torment. But now, this heart is beating once again. All right. Now it's your turn to tell me everything about the Merlin's Claw.
She's a wind hunt unit. Oh wow, Moza found Moza on point. I wish she got here earlier. That Realm Keeping Commission guy died. I wonder how many copies of Moza I'm gonna end up picking up in my attempts to get Kafka. I already have an E6 Asta, so that kind of feels bad that Asta's on banner for me. But that'll give me some of those, whatever, Ember Star thingies. Stargazer Navavia.
I know
Still
I'm
2 hours to
in
go.
no position to question your orders, but if I understand correctly, you already have intelligence about the Borison?
That's right. My people are busy collecting clues now. What's the situation, Moza?
General, before we completely lost contact with Zhao Cho, I picked up a signal from his Jade Abacus. It won't take long before we locate their whereabouts.
Alright.
If that's the case, shouldn't we immediately go there and join forces to eliminate the Borison? Why are we returning to Stargazer Navalia?
Because they plan to escape here, and we need to find out why.
Looks like your general has only taught you swordplay, not the art of the hunt.
I didn't get the blessings of that Archon.
There's an old saying among the Borison. In the forest, the hunter may easily become the hunted. While we may call ourselves the hunters now, chasing them blindly will only make us become the prey.
How can Hule possibly hunt us down? But we have the advantage in numbers, right?
Are you joking, General? He's just a wolf who's been imprisoned for 7 centuries. Even with his accomplices, they're no match for us numerous Lawfu Cloud Knights. How could he consider us his prey?
Do not underestimate the enemy. Hule is not an ordinary Borison that can be easily killed. The advantage in numbers means nothing when we face that monster. A vicious beast who hasn't tasted blood and flesh in 7 centuries is now lurking on the streets of the Lawfu right before the war dance. This is what makes the situation treacherous and unpredictable.
Actually, it makes it treacherous and very predictable.
To him, the lives of ordinary people are just meat, ready to be devoured at any moment.
Exactly. That is why we must succeed in our first strike, or the situation will spiral out of control. You've heard of this military tactic, right? When you surround your enemy, leave one side open for them to escape. A skilled hunter must be well prepared, waiting for the prey at the most advantageous position.
Where do those Borison want to go?
What would we do if we were the escapees from the shackling prison? While we can disguise ourselves and blend in with the crowd, we don't plan on staying here for long. In this case, what do we need most now?
A way out.
A star skiff to get us out of the Lawfu. The Borison we discovered at Stargazer Navalia were actually preparing a vessel for their escape.
We predict their next move, and we take them down. Let's start from where you found those Borison and corner our prey.
I commend.
Let's wait and see.
Where are we going? All the way over here?
This is where we ran into the Borison last time. It looks the same as usual.
Because I blocked all the relevant news to make it seem as if nothing had happened.
Fair. Will the Borison notice something? Yanqing may have alerted the Borison?
If Yanqing hadn't scared them off, we would not have many clues. However, the more well-prepared a plan is, the longer it takes to adjust when it's disrupted. If any Borison wants to stick to the original plan despite the risks, they'll surely come back to Stargazer Navalia to check the situation.
Are you suggesting that there are Borison here at Stargazer Navalia right now?
Yes, in all likelihood.
This is an automated area. So don't you think that there are a bit too many people here today? First, look at those 2 Skyfaring Commission staff members. They've been observing us in secret since we arrived here. Then there's a Cloud Knight soldier over there. Perhaps he's here for patrol, but each patrol team must consist of 2 members. And obviously, he is not following the rules. Lastly, there's that craftsman wearing Artisanship Commission clothing. He's unusually focused on checking that device. If you have a target in mind, let's go investigate.
Probably the people that were watching us. Question suspicious persons. Mild man and staff.
Who are you? Don't you know that Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown now?
Hey, chill out. They're just a few lost tourists.
Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown now?
But Stargazer Navalia is the shipbuilding port of the Cienjo Lafu. If the Skyfaring Commission called for a lockdown, there should be official documents proving it, right?
Official documents? Of course there are. The Cloud Knights are aware that some people have infiltrated this port.
That makes perfect sense. So you're now investigating the Borison?
Yeah, we've received orders from the higher-ups, so we've blocked off this area to prevent any interference with our inspection. Thank you for your understanding.
That seemed fishy as all hell. It feels like they know too much. This is the guy I'm the least suspicious of, to be honest.
Hey, you there! Please refrain from wandering around Stargazer Navalia if you're not... Oh, it's you, Lieutenant Yenching. No, not at all. Actually, I'm here to address a peculiar issue.
A peculiar issue?
Yeah, we've had some unscheduled star skiffs being constructed at this dock in Stargazer Navalia. Could there have been an error in the production planning for the assembly line?
Someone's making extra skiffs.
This is just weird. I thought all the pending star skiffs from before the war dance had been scheduled already. I'm sorry, but I need to focus on my work right now. If you have any questions, we can discuss them later.
And the soldier on duty, 50-50.
Lieutenant Yenching and General Feixiao?
You're aware of the Borison prison break, right?
Yeah, I've received the news, and I'll be on the alert.
Looks like you've been keeping an eye on the Sky Splitter. Have you noticed anything unusual?
No, everything is normal on the ship. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Is that Talon? Is that Talon Warburton? Question his location.
This is not a location for a Cloud Knight on guard duty, is it?
Well, this spot offers a great view. Are you here to keep an eye on the Sky Splitter?
Yes.
Ask about the Sky Splitter.
You've been observing the Sky Splitter for a while. Have you noticed anything?
Honestly, just watching the ship from here isn't too thrilling. I wish I could go on board and witness Lieutenant Yenching's contests. Speaking of which, Lieutenant Yenching, aren't you supposed to be on the Sky Splitter? Is it alright for you to be here instead?
I stepped down as the ringmaster.
Thank you for your concern, but I have more pressing matters to attend to.
Okay.
So, it seems that some Borison have returned to Stargazer Navalia in disguise. The answer seems quite obvious.
It's the staff members from the Skyfaring Commission.
That's my suspicion as well.
Remember when I mentioned that the Cloud Knights blocked all relevant news to make it seem as if nothing happened? Stargazer Navalia is not under lockdown.
Makes sense. In fact, 2 out of the 3 people we talked to did say that.
But on the contrary, those staff members use Stargazer Navalia as on lockdown as an excuse to persuade us to leave. This contradicts the Cloud Knights' plans.
Their flimsy disguise has been exposed. Even if they try to hide, there's no way they can escape us.
They also were the only ones that didn't recognize us, so there's a lot of ways you could have probably figured this out. They also made it the first option, so for people like me who accidentally sometimes will hit the button too early and skip text, it would have automatically picked this one.
Why are you still here? As I said, Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown now.
No, I never issued such an order.
Who are you?
Perhaps you haven't met me on the battlefield, but I am certain you've heard my name. Now, I'm asking you a question, so answer me. Tell me, how many more of your comrades are here? Where were you planning to meet Hule?
This woman, she's the general of the Yaoxing. What are you still waiting for? Attack her!
Agitated employee. What a name.
Repay.
Damn.
Receive divinity.
1,000 thanks.
More enemies. Time for a buzz.
I'll see you off. Eternal Sleep. The dead return!
Okay.
Here, this thunder. Show no mercy. We're just having fun.
Big damage.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
This one's dead.
I underestimated you.
Time for a buzz.
A foregone conclusion.
Conflict is pitiless.
Maybe instead of taking you on, I should have brought someone else.
Bloom.
Good as new. Time for a buzz. This combat needs optimize. This is double speed.
Lightning Lord should be able to finish that guy off.
Eternal Sleep. The dead return!
And now we can start topping off people's health again.
Let's settle this. A foregone conclusion. Here, this thunder.
Run! Tell Lord Moktok about this!
They literally just ran.
Why don't you kill me?
Because I need answers.
You were our war slave, so you should know us descendants of Duran. You want me to talk? Fine. Try whatever you want, but I assure you, you won't get anything from me. Only fangs and blood.
That's boring.
If I were to do that, I wouldn't be any different from you. I am the arrow that pierces the wolf's heart. I grant you a swift death.
That's exactly what I desire. Wolves that leave the pack are prepared for the fate of never returning home. But sadly, you didn't catch my partner. He will alert them.
That's what you wanted, though.
Before you close your eyes, you should know that I allowed him to escape. Because he will lead the Cloud Knights to Hule's hideout.
Makes sense.
Is this how you leave one side open? You let that Borison escape so you could track him?
Makes sense to me.
This is the most common hunting tactic used by Borison. I know the methods of these abominations all too well. They always leave an escape route for their prey, allowing them to flee in fear. Then, they chase them like it's a game. Borison get great satisfaction from the last struggles of their victims.
Have you witnessed these things firsthand? That guy called you a war slave. What exactly have you experienced?
How exactly old are you again?
Well, just a hazy past that I can barely recollect. Long ago, I was one of them.
Wait, you're a Borison? But you're a Foxian, right?
Not all Foxians are lucky enough to be born on a Xianzhou ship. I grew up in one of the worlds where Borison roam, known as the Fallen Territories by the people of the Yaoqing. To the Wolf Masters, Foxians are nothing but property. Cannon fodder used to slow down the Xianzhou attacks on the battlefield.
But you survived. And not only that, you became the general of the Yaoqing. If I get the chance, I'd love to hear stories of your past, General.
Speaking of stories, you've reminded me that now is not the time for them. Wadza, we've sent the warning from Stargazer Navalia. What's the situation on your end?
I've found them. Zhao Cho is trying to stall Hule, and he signaled me to not reveal myself.
Trust his judgment and keep watching. We'll be right there.
All right.
I believe the warning we sent will stop Hule from attacking Stargazer Navalia. What will he do next?
The hunt is not over yet. Stay safe, Zhao Cho.
And Moza is not going to do anything. Whose viewpoint are we switching to now? 1 hour before the war dance, Exalting Sanctum.
Please, save me. I want to live. Doctor?
Zhao Cho, find a medical ingenium and give that kid a shot! Hurry!
I recognize those voices.
I see. How is the front line?
The Borison beast ships have already landed on the Fenghu. It won't be long before this place is overrun as well.
What about General Yueyu? Any news from her?
General
I'm her
Yueyu.
healer. I should stay by her side at a time like this.
She asked me to tell you that she's not coming back. She must protect the Cloud Pier telescope. General asks you to save that kid. The girl fought desperately just to bring us all back here alive. I've never seen such a brutal fighting style. Her body, it's like she was split open. Just like...
Her blood pressure is dropping. Do you hear me, Zhao Cho?
Yeah, that's Felicia and Joe.
Loud and clear. Get me some tumble dust. We've got to start the operation
Tumble
right
dust?
now.
What the hell is tumble dust? Is it like ground mortar pestle tumbleweed?
I will bring her back.
Is that why you're so determined to learn my secrets? Do you hear me, Zhao Cho?
I do. Loud and clear.
So she saved you all in that great battle on the Xiangzhou Fenghu 3 decades ago. But to your surprise, you discovered her Borison bloodline while she was at death's door. Moktok told me that she was a war slave who escaped from the Eclipse Pack. Oh, what a twist of fate. Turns out, she's from the same clan as I am.
Which means she's definitely gonna rip your heart out and eat it.
Now I understand. wonder she displayed such astounding power, determination, and cruelty in battle. Turns out it's all because of her Borson bloodline. Mutt. Despicable mutt.
So she's a mutt. She's like half Foxy and half Boris's. Is that why she doesn't have a tail?
And she used the gift of her bloodline to destroy the Borison. Moon Rage, a blessing for wolves, and a curse for foxes. For Borison, to have their bodies torn apart by Moon Rage and transform into a beast is the ultimate joy. But for you Foxians with poor regenerative abilities, it means certain death.
But we just clarified a little bit earlier that Borison do not have good regenerative abilities either. It was specifically the Warpack leader.
With the burning fury in her heart, that Foxian general will eventually lose her sanity and indulge in endless bloodshed. The scars on her body will not be caused by enemy weapons, but by the immense power she can't withstand. One day, she will be torn apart and die as a monster. And in return for saving her life, you intend to give everything to solve this impossible puzzle.
Hule, do you know the saddest thing about being a healer?
Knowing who you cannot save.
All this time, I've devoted my life to bringing back those who sacrificed their lives to monsters like you. I exhausted myself, and my hands trembled. But I believed everything I did was meaningful. But once again, they rushed into battle. And then I heard of their deaths. They died under your claws, in your jaws.
This is a really slow delivery.
Amidst the flames of crashing star skiffs. And under the Lux arrow of rainbow.
God, I fucking hate Lon. Indiscriminate with that fucking bow of his.
Like a useless idiot.
Friendly fire. It was a missed input. Missed input.
Fish named life. Out of the cauldron called death. Only to watch it struggle. Dive back into the boiling broth.
You know, I should probably just grab this one. This will probably make a decent image for the thumbnail. I keep forgetting to make sure that I find something to use for the thumbnail.
So I asked myself, why were they so eager to run toward their death after they had recovered from their wounds? Why wouldn't they value their hard-won life? All the doubts left me feeling lost.
I can smell your desperation. All the way down to your bone marrow.
Eventually, I realized that their deaths held value. They placed the weight of their sacrifice on the living, granting us strength. With a coin forged by their deaths, they exchanged something more in return. Everything I'm doing now, following you so closely, is just for one reason. Witnessing your death with my own 2 eyes. Even your death has value. It will pave the way for a peaceful war dance. And a fully cured Feishao.
The thoughts in your pathetic head are hardly surprising.
Did you already know this?
Yes, I did. As Borisin, we understand the value of death more than anyone. And as a healer who has witnessed so much death, you won't be swayed by fear. Oh, what a shame, what a shame. Your story actually sparked a trace of respect for you in my heart.
Can you even feel respect with your corrupted heart?
Of course. Because I caught a whiff of my own kind in you. Unfortunately, in the end, you're still just a weak fox. As the wolf's creed goes, gift the wolf a dead end, where new paths arise. Raise him to a doomed fate, where satiation lies. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. Yet the valorous in brutal battles embrace their eternal prize.
That was a beautiful piece of poetry. I don't want to be bothered to glean any meaning from it.
That's why I'm keeping you alive for now. I want to show you how Borisin truly respect their enemies. We will consume your flesh and blood, nourishing our own. We will crush your hopes and dreams, clearing a path for our hunt. Your feeble souls will witness a new future. A future that belongs to me.
My lord, we received a message. Our arrangement at Stargazer Navalia has been discovered. We must act quickly.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Moktok, what's that noise?
Ah, the war dance. It's about to commence.
It's the Sky Splitter. The ship that the war dance will be held on is about to set off. The Skyfaring Commission will clear the air routes. And if our star skiffs try to escape, we'll be spotted.
Calm down, Moktok. Look at you now, hiding and fearful. Where is your Borisin dignity?
As I said, I'd sacrifice my dignity for your return. As long as you can come back to the Borisin Pax, there's still hope.
Hope? The Borisin have forgotten the wolf's creed. Weak creatures put their hope in the strong, but the strong fight their way out. Bringing me back instead of choosing a new master only proves the decline of our pack. And as for the prophet who manipulated you into saving me, she's just a liar, trying to use Duran's offspring.
You gotta give him credit. He is very committed to his principles.
Moktok, let me tell you how the Borisin will rise to power. We won't hide like rats in the streets of the Xiangzhou. We will be ravenous wolves, walking amongst a herd of lambs, with our fangs bared.
But, Great Warhead, our packs are not here. We can't go to war like this.
Our packs are not here. Wherever I go, everyone is the pack.
Okay. Oh, cutscene. There we go.
Come any closer. No!
Oh, he can turn other people into Borisin?
Moktok, we're the apex predators at the top of the hierarchy. As wolves, we create fear. We don't become servants to it. If you're blind to the path, I will be the crimson moon that lights the way for you. Share my crimson blood with our brethren. Use it to infect those Foxians and strike fear into their hearts. Now, you devious monkey, come out and face me.
Xiao. Moza. Run.
No, he can't run, and neither can you. You've come at the right time, monkey of the Yaoqing. Tell your general. Tell her that I will unleash a massacre here, drowning the Xianzhou Lafu in blood. From this moment on, wolves bearing my blood will hunt on every street, feasting on the followers of that devilish archer. Follow me, my cubs. We shall stride among the prey. Give the wolf a dead end. When new
Oh god, the fucking poem.
Raise him to a doomed fate, where satiation lies. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. Yet the valorous, in brutal battles, embrace their eternal prize.
There go the star skiffs.
Do you hear that? The rumble of the cannons. It brings back all the memories of past battles within me. My return will bring back the Wolf's Creed. In my own way, I shall save our weakened pack and restore it to its former glory.
I wish he had a more unique design and he wasn't in disguise, even though his design is pretty unique and pretty good. And now we gotta go to March 7th's point of view. The war enhance is about to commence. Sky Splitter. Ooh, this is the new area.
The Sky Splitter's gun salute is really loud. So
Yeah,
this is
she
what
wore
the war
earplugs.
dance is actually like? I feel like my eardrums are going to burst.
They probably are.
Well, how could they expect to attract people to come and watch if they didn't make a huge spectacle? March, you haven't forgotten what you came to do, have you?
What did I come to do? I'm here to be the ringmaster on behalf of Master Yanqing.
As a representative of the Xianzhou Lafu, I will defeat all challengers.
That is not the option that I clicked.
That's the spirit. Sounds like you're all fired up.
Oh wait, no wait, he signed up for 4 matches, so yeah, she is actually here to do that.
Convincing, March. As the saying goes, the disciple takes the toil of their master. Remember, you are here under the identity of a Lafu swordmaster, taking the place of your no-good master Yanqing as the ringmaster.
But what am I supposed to do if my opponent for this round is super talented and just wipes the floor with me in seconds? I'm still a beginner in swordplay. I don't know where I got the confidence when I agreed to help General Huaiyan.
Come on, there's no need to worry about that. If you are defeated, then your opponent shall have to answer to me. Although, if that happens, the honor and the glory of the Xianzhou Lafu shall all be taken by the Juming.
Yeah, I can't let that happen.
Master Yun Li, please, I'm about to compete. Can you say something that will give me a little confidence?
You're gonna knock him dead, March. Just do what you did to Scott. And not what Xiao Chu did to Scott. Anything but that.
March, think about the great storms that you, nameless of the Express, have weathered along your many journeys. There's no doubt that you have faced far more terrifying enemies than your opponents here today, right? Don't you feel a lot more relaxed looking at it that way?
True. We fought gods, giant super mechs, an ice bitch. Master Yunli, I think I should drop out of the contest. Why don't we call Yanqing back? Let's get going then.
I've trained hard in the art of swordplay over these few days.
Weeks. 3 weeks,
To
March.
get in the ring and prove myself. Let's go.
It's been 21 days.
Master
2 of which
Yunli,
we got to play.
I don't think I'm completely ready.
March, there is no such thing as completely ready.
3 days later.
Down the hallway.
Miss Yunli, Miss March, this way, please.
Oh, Shikui's here. Okay. I thought I heard
was
like a...
informed of your arrival by Madame Yukong and came to greet you personally.
Ooh, Madam Yukong.
The news that you will be the ringmaster in place of Lieutenant Yanqing has been made public, Miss March. Just now, as I passed the contestants' hall, I overheard them all discussing this news. The most common question I heard was, who is March 7th?
That is a fair question, all things considering. Because a lot of these people signed up to be Yanqing's opponent in the tournament.
If they ask you this, how will you introduce yourself? Do you have something prepared?
Sword Master of the Astral Express, Young Beauty of the Astral Express, Yanqing's disciple. March 7th, the invisible March 7th. Losers have no right to ask my name.
March 7th, a young beauty from the Astral Express.
All right. When people ask you, you might as well tell them this loud and clear.
I also like how it didn't have the option to put me as Yoon Lee's disciple.
Impressive, given the imminent danger you face.
Given the imminent danger? Could you say that again out loud, please?
Miss Yun Lee's contestant information was registered for the war dance a long time ago. However, as a last-minute entry, the Skyfaring Commission has taken care of the necessary procedures for you, Miss March 7th. Please, follow this path. The contestant hall is just up ahead.
Thank you, Miss Shikwe.
I can never remember how to pronounce your name because it doesn't get said out loud
Let's take a
often.
look around the contestant hall.
Alright. Oh, there's treasure over here. Hang on. Money. Shales. Is there anything I can even buy for shales anymore? I thought I bought out the store by now.
So, this is the contestant hall.
I don't recognize anyone in here.
Oh, there are so many people.
March, before the war dance begins, allow me to give you one more lesson. My grandfather always told me that a weapon mimics its master.
That's a dog, not a
That
weapon.
means that a person's weapon will reflect their habits and personality. You've seen me wield old metal before, haven't you? Tell me, what did you observe from that?
It's large, blunt, and straight to the point, so it has nothing to do with you. Master Yunli doesn't have good taste, has a fiery temperament.
Waving around such a giant weapon, Master Yun Li favors using overwhelming force over strategy.
That is not the choice I picked, March, but thank you for saying a correct answer.
You're not wrong. My battle style has always been simple and effective. One cut, and it's over. Observing the weapon that your opponent uses, assessing what kind of battle skills they excel at, and where their weaknesses lie, is the key to victory in battle. A shockingly heavy sword like mine, for example, is obviously not suited for a long, drawn-out battle. So, it would be best to find a way to drag the battle out.
Okay.
Why would you tell me your weakness?
Also, isn't that literally Yanqing's fighting style that you criticized him for?
That's the only way to ensure that we have a fair fight, don't you think? I don't want to see you go and lose to someone else, after all. Now is a perfect opportunity to learn how to evaluate your opponents. Let's use the people here in the contestants hall to practice. If you know yourself and know your enemy, you will not lose in 100 battles.
You gotta take random chance and factors outside of your control into consideration as well, though.
Know myself and know the enemy. Let's see. Who should I ask first?
You don't have to ask anybody. We're supposed to be profiling them. I almost said racially profiling, but that's what cops do. That is obviously the press. Ooh, more treasure.
Wonder how much mung bean soda we can buy with this.
I actually have not heard the chest opening lines on March yet. Okay, that guy's got a sword. That's the press. Prod around to find how strong the other contestants are. Oh, space anchor activated. Talkative spectator. This guy's keeping to himself.
Ugh. I am not used to wearing clothes like this at all.
Isn't that a normal Penaconian outfit?
Oh, you're March 7th. The stand-in for Lieutenant Yunqing, correct?
That's right. And you are?
As you can see, I am the journalist entrusted with interviewing contestants on site.
Your voice sounds familiar.
I see the Skyfaring Commission has really gone all out as the host. Interesting.
I mean, we are using a retired battle cruiser as the venue.
That's right. A big event like this just can't go ahead without a few of us running around. Since the competition is getting started, could I ask you some questions that are on my mind?
Of course.
Oh, great. First, the question that is on everyone's minds. Lieutenant Yunqing is not appearing in today's war dance.
Is that Brianna Knickerbocker? Or am I imagining things?
This is just gossip from unreliable sources, but I hear that Lieutenant Yunqing
I think it is. I think it's
injured.
Brianna Knickerbocker.
Is this true?
It's not true. You yourself said that this was just gossip.
My apologies. This was
Oh, come on. We didn't voice that line?
unprofessional of me. I see that Lieutenant Yunqing has his own affairs to tend to.
That would have been a perfect line for Marches to deliver.
A valiant performance from you, Miss March.
I honestly just love it whenever we get a nice expression like this from March.
Once the war dance
Oh,
begins,
camera
you'll
flash,
become
my eyes.
a master swordsman from many different worlds, Miss March 7th. Are there any that you're looking forward to facing in particular?
Okay, yes, there are.
May I ask who that might be?
Oh, actually, believe it or not, Su Shang. I'm not in this. And I don't know if March 7th even knows who Su Shang is, so I guess they would have met during Foxy and Tale of the Haunted, because we do resolve one thing with March at one point.
The talented swordswoman from the Xianzhou Juming, Miss Yun Li. I look forward to a spectacular battle between you two. Thank you very much for accepting my interview. Much appreciated.
It's weird having March as the protagonist, which means she talks less.
Thank you very much for accepting my...
Alright. How strong is the competition? Oh, I didn't even realize that this Cloud Knight is over here, has a story icon on him. Yao Qing contestant.
I came here because I wanted to meet the great Lieutenant Yunqing I've heard so much about, and finally cross blades with him myself. Who would have imagined that he would take a disciple and have her be the ringmaster in his place? This is no more than running away from a fight, and is a great dishonor to the Yao Qing. This last-minute replacement, March 7th. Who exactly is she?
Carefully observe weapon. Hello, I am March 7th.
That's right. I'm the March 7th that everyone's been talking about.
What? You're March 7th?
Don't worry. I'm a newbie swordmaster who's only been practicing the art of swordplay for half a month.
March 7th. Standing before you is a seasoned Cloud Knight who has practiced swordsmanship for over 200 years.
Yikes. March, you're about to get your ass beat.
Tricking the opponent into underestimating me is a valid tactic too, right?
Valid... Sound, yes. Valid, maybe not. All's fair in love and war, I guess.
She's just a little girl that has only just started training. Why was she chosen as a contestant?
Because she represents the Astral Express. Soldier on duty.
Was there something you wanted to ask me?
Carefully absorb their sword. Do you have any weaknesses?
If I had to think of a weakness...
Wow, he actually answered.
Well, whenever I open my mouth, I make things awkward. Does that count as a weakness?
Yes, yes it does.
Oh, I understand what's going on, Miss March 7th and Miss Yun Li. I'm actually not a contestant. I'm just here as a security guard.
Ah, so this is a little bit awkward. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I guess you could say it's all fair winds and calm wolves.
Why would you say wolves?
Uh...
Why would you say wolves?
Another awkward pause. I knew it. Did you get it? Wolves sounds like waves. It's a funny pun.
Was that supposed to be a pun? Oh god, this guy's awkward.
He's actually explaining his joke.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know something. People act like explaining jokes is bad. But I've been around enough people to realize that some people just don't get jokes. And if you don't explain it to them, they'll never get it. There is a benefit to explaining a joke. Because if they get it after it's being explained, they might tell it to one of their friends and then get a big laugh out of it. And honestly, if I don't get a big laugh out of every joke, I'll think it's worth it if someone else laughs at it down the line.
Making things awkward really is my weakness.
You stay the same. I wish you were a named character.
There are still many guests arriving here. Please be cautious.
Understood.
The first round of the war dance is about to begin. Are you feeling okay, March?
Are you?
Me? I'm fine. As soon as I saw all these people gathered here, I suddenly felt weirdly relaxed.
Ooh, there's a champagne tower over there. These contestants all seem very reliable. I don't feel anything special.
Just make sure to maintain this composure when you go in the ring.
I understand why you wanted me to know myself and know my enemy. I don't feel as nervous as I did before.
So, do you want to go out and see the ring?
I want to keep learning from my opponents. I want to see what the ring looks like.
Knew it! Let's go.
What does the arena on a battleship look like? Oh, hang on. There's something here. Optional. Continue to probe how strong the other contestants are. Maybe it's because she spends so much time with Can that March 7th has the urge to interrogate the bench. But March 7th isn't Can, and her mental condition isn't that bad. If there's anything you want to ask, hurry up or March 7th rationality will come back. The game is getting so meta right now. For anybody who's watched Oresuki, which is a really funny rom-com, there is a bench in that anime that has caused me to develop PTSD around benches. It actually physically causes my heart rate problems whenever I see a bench now. Any skilled competitors show up? Estri only is watching. Calm down. The bench remains silent, having witnessed the presence of many formidable figure, including the once renowned sword champion of the Lafu. The bench gazes at March 7's back, leaving behind a drop of sweat.
That's enough knowing the enemy for now. Come on. I want to see what the ring looks like.
There's a Deeding. Oh, that's right. March can talk to Deedings.
You're even asking dating?
Try to translate what Deeding is saying.
It's saying, I am not a contestant. Got it. Well, looks like she's done with her questions. That's enough knowing the enemy for now. Come on, I want to see what the ring looks like.
I'm glad I didn't miss this Easter egg. This is hilarious. I don't think there's anyone I can ask in here, so let's keep going. Oh, I thought I hit it. Okay. Alright, March. Let's see what this arena on a battleship looks like. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. Look at the stands. I'm still waiting for us to run into Qingxue, because she was in the trailer. We run into Qingxue at every fucking event, it seems.
We'll be able to see the War Dance's official venue.
There's a space anchor down there. There's a bunch of side cranes there, too.
So this is what it's like from the spectator seats?
This is standing room only on this side.
Look over there. That's the ring we'll be standing on.
It's a square.
Master Yun Li, I'm getting nervous again.
Oh, the stands are behind us.
Can I really do this?
Are they called stands because everyone has to stand?
Well, it's too late for nerves now. It's almost time. Almost time for what?
The tournament? First round? Oh, thank God they didn't fire the cannons.
As I think about the mission General Huayan gave me, my heart starts racing like crazy. What do I do, Master Yun Li?
Just be yourself, March. You're supposed to MC this whole thing, aren't you?
It's
Oh, the side cranes are going up.
Stop speeding that we need to worry. Just take in the atmosphere and prepare yourself.
All right, March.
I have to leave for a moment and do some inspections around the ship. This was also part of Grandpa's orders.
What now? Was it now?
I wonder how Master Yanqing is doing over there.
Me too.
Hey, focus.
Are we cutting to Yanqing or are we staying with March? Oh, we are just cutting to Yanqing. Okay. Man, if I didn't stop that last stream, we would have been at long past 3 hours. Okay. Trailblazer POV. I should check out Fate's Atlas in a minute. Oh, no, we're going... Oh, yeah, that's... Wait, yeah, we're with Facia. I've kind of forgotten.
Report! The teams are in position, and the Skyfaring Commission
There
is
we
taking
are.
control of the Starskiff lanes.
Activate all side cranes and have them scan everyone coming in and out of the port.
Man, we don't use side cranes enough.
Remain vigilant at all times. Any suspicious movements must be suppressed as quickly as possible before the situation gets out of hand.
Yes, General.
You two, follow me.
I'm trying to remember
With
how
the
high in
signals
the ranks a
nearby, but we
lieutenant
lost
is.
Contact just a moment ago.
Could that mean...
He will be fine. Cloud Knights, search for the target.
Alright, where does Purple Knife Man hang out? I mean, this is the first place I'd look, because it seems whenever we deal with Sanctus Medicate, this is where they are. Oh, hi, Moza.
All of you, get out of my way.
It's Moza.
Wait. Don't go any closer.
He's poisonous?
General, I failed you. That mad dog left me here as
bait.
A declaration of war.
That's right. I've been holding back the urge to slit his throat all this time. Well, Lord Hule ordered us to remain here, just to see if you, the great Merlin's claw, mortal enemy of the Borisin, are able to join him in a little hunting game.
Hunting is not a game. It is a battle of life and death.
Tell that to Americans.
Are you ready for your death?
Stop giving
Abomination?
Stop giving AR-15s to like 14-year-olds to go hunting. It's definitely not safe. I wish my Himiko was fully leveled up.
Save your breath.
I owe you one. Show no mercy.
All right.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz.
I'll see you off. There's no time to lose. Eternal slip. The dead return.
Get rid of Bloodlust with this? No.
Here, this thunder.
We're just having fun.
Lightning Lord.
Hey, watch the face.
Huh. More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Conflict is pitiless.
We're just having fun.
What? What has prepared?
Oh, he didn't finish the line. The game ended too quickly.
Wowza. Are you okay?
I wasn't able to save Jiao Chou. Hule was more cunning and powerful than I imagined.
What do you mean imagined? You literally saw how powerful he was once before this.
Tell me, how is he planning to declare this war against me?
Where he like no-diffed Shu Yi.
One-on-one duel? Or with a hostage exchange, maybe?
Hule is planning on attacking the bustling streets of the Xianzhou Luofu.
That's not good.
What did you just say?
Impossible. Even if there are still undercover Borisin that we haven't sniffed out, Hule can't have more than a few dozen people. How is he planning on simultaneously attacking the streets of the Xianzhou Luofu?
He has an ace up his sleeve. Hule's body holds a plague mark passed down through generations of Borisin. I've seen him convert a Foxian to a Borisin wolf trooper with my own eyes. This is Hule's declaration of war. His blood, it can cause Foxians to rapidly transform and lose their minds. He has passed his blood to his minions, and is planning to spread it across the Luofu and stir up panic.
He wants to encircle us in one fell swoop. This beast is truly unpredictable.
Never expect a fair fight from a war criminal.
Contact the Skyfaring Commission and the Cloud Knights right away. Have them enforce a traffic.
Speaking of war criminals, let's talk about the United States again for a bit.
The moment you see your enemy's declaration of war...
Isn't it great that Henry Kissinger isn't around anymore? It's almost like the universe cried out and said, you can have this one.
But if Hule succeeds in getting this panic to spread...
Do you remember what I told you before? Hunting is about thinking the same way as your prey, not just mindlessly chasing after them. What Hule wants is to see everyone on the Lawfu descend into panic. He wants to see us lose our minds and waste our limited manpower scouring every inch of the Lawfu for signs of an attack until we exhaust ourselves. It's like that party game that the people of the Yaoqing love to play. They hide an object under one of several bowls, then move the bowls around and have you guess which one the object is underneath.
3-card money, shell game. There's a few different names for it.
The way I see it, this is all nothing more than misdirection. No matter what Hule does, there is one truth that cannot be changed. He is trapped aboard the Xianzhou Lawfu. The only way for him to escape is to find a ship.
Or take one by force. The only ship he's able to see is the Sky Splitter.
Right now, the only ship he'd be able to see is the Sky Splitter.
In his eyes, that ship is full of countless hostages. That would be the best place for him to go. So, that will also be our final battlefield.
But if we're wrong about this, if he goes somewhere else, or if he does as he said he would, and his minions infect the Foxians everywhere with wolf blood, what do we do then?
I think we should split up.
Are we just supposed to abandon those less likely locations?
This is another lesson that you must learn outside of swordplay. Weighing your options and making a decision. There are always questions that we will ask ourselves, but never be able to answer. Before making a decision, we must destroy any hesitation that we are holding on to. Once we make a decision, we must fight off any regrets.
Yeah, but Yanqing's point is about abandoning those other zones. We should still have some level of security presence on the off chance there is an attack in other areas. If I were Hule, I would just attack all the areas.
There is a chance that we will make the wrong decision, allow our allies to be sacrificed in vain. There is a chance that we will predict our enemies' movements correctly, yet underestimate their strength and be overwhelmed in battle. But being lost in hesitation and failing to take any action will always be more harmful than taking.
No, I'm not saying not to take action. I'm just saying that we shouldn't leave the areas defenseless.
No matter what. Everyone, listen up. I will personally take charge of Starskiff Haven, evacuate the people, and prepare for any possible attacks.
See, now that's a strategy. Evacuate the populace
things are safe on the ground,
rather than defending it. Secure a safe haven for the populace. But they're hiding in disguise too, so this doesn't actually work. Never mind. No, we need a better plan.
Nameless, please lend us your strength as you did when the Ambrosial Arbor was reborn. I need you and Wildza to go in search of Zhao Cho.
Leave it to me.
General, please entrust me with the safety of the Sky Splitter. I was originally meant to participate in the tournament, so now it is only right that I return to the Sky Splitter.
If Hule does come to attack the Sky Splitter, Lieutenant Yanqing, I need you to hold him there until I am able to arrive.
Please rest assured, General. If he dares step foot on the Sky Splitter, I, Yanqing, swear on the blade in my hands that he shall not escape.
Cloud Knights set off in various locations. Alright, we are defending everywhere. Ooh, cutscene. I think.
Cloud Knights!
No, just more of this.
The have arrogantly decided to challenge us on Xianzhou territory. They vow that they will unleash a bloodbath along the streets of the Xianzhou.
Should we be saying this loud? There might be civilians nearby.
Of the Xianzhou and countless visitors.
We're in the middle of Exalting Sanctum. People might overhear this.
Let me ask you, as Cloud Knights, will we allow the Borson to succeed with their plan?
Hell no. Oh, that does sound better. Never.
Be on your guard. Calling Starskiff Haven. Have all Cloud Knights be on full alert for Borson attacks.
Fei Shao, the ports of Starskiff Haven are crawling with wolf-like creatures. They're moving fast.
Hold them back. I will be there immediately.
All right. Oh, switching to Fei Shao's POV. I guess that means we're going with Yanqing, and we'll meet up with March 7th. Oh, cutscene. Oh no, not O'Malley. Did she just hit him with a star skiff? That's Yukong's move, I thought. Fei Xiao technique. After Fei Xiao uses her technique, she grants herself movement speed boost that will pull enemies along as she travels. The more enemies are pulled, the higher the damage upon entering battle. That's cool.
There you are, Fei Xiao.
Madam Yukong, after 30 years, we find ourselves fighting side by side once more. It's been a while since I've let loose. Let's get this started.
All right.
Remember, you are still on the Luofu. Try not to go too wild.
Let's save some time.
This seems a little bit busted.
Let's save some time.
This is kind of hilarious. I think we have all of them. That's funny. Just pick up all the enemies.
Let's save some time. All together.
Just wipe them out all at once. Busted much? I didn't even get to do anything. I don't even. How am I supposed to learn how her kit works? I guess we'll have to do the.
A short respite, then time for the next fight.
Apparently we missed one somewhere. Where did we miss one? Oh, you. Hi.
I underestimated you. Bloom.
This combat need. This is double speed.
Fangs and claws got.
How do you work? Technique. That was cool. Can activate ultimate when flying Aureus reaches 6 points, accumulating up to 12 points. For every 2 attacks by ally targets, Fei Xiao gains flying Aureus. After a teammate attack, Fei Xiao launches a follow-up attack against primary target, dealing wind damage. This effect can only trigger once per turn. When using this attack, increase damage dealt by this unit. Deal wind damage to an enemy unit. Additionally, launch a talent follow-up attack 1 time. Her skill is just attack, then follow-up. That's kind of silly. And Terra Split. Single target. Single target, single target. That's... okay. 6 points of Flying Aureus. During the ultimate, can ignore weakness type, reduce enemy toughness. When the target is weakness broken, Fei Xiao's weakness break efficiency increases. Launches Bolt Sunder Blitz or War Axe Skyward on a single enemy 6 times. Wind damage at the end. Deal minor wind damage to a single enemy target. Increase the damage multiplier against targets that are weakness broken. War Axe Skyward. Deal minor wind damage to a single enemy. Okay. So she doesn't use energy. So she's like Acheron to that extent.
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Time for a buzz.
I'll see you off. Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
No, that's better. Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Should have checked out what her ult did. Forgot about it.
A short respite, then time for the next fight. We have cleared out the enemies in Starskiff Haven. But it seems that there are fierce battles being waged at both the Exalting Sanctum and Arum Alley.
We just came from Exalting Sanctum.
We cannot allow the fighting to continue. This is now a race against time to stop this farce that Hule has created. I know Zhao Cho always wants me to know my limits and not get carried away, but now is the time to bring this to a swift end. Contact the Exalting Sanctum. Tell them if they see a light in the sky, all units are to retreat immediately.
Actually, when are we going to cut back to Don Hung, Ling Sha's, and Jing Yuan's POV? Kind of feels like we've forgotten about them.
Lend me your bow.
Why? That's a big jump. What is she doing? This looks like it's gonna be cool. Oh, we're in Exalting Sanctum. See, this is why I don't like the Hunt. The Hunt doesn't seem to give a shit about civilian casualties. Every time we hear about Lon firing his rainbow, his Lux arrow or whatever it's called, it's like, it kills everybody. He gives no shits about friendly fire. At the same time in Arum Alley.
Oh, what a mess. I just knew it would end up this way.
Why did we go with dark, edgy, and brooding? I thought we would have gone with Yanqing.
She hits the battlefield, she makes a mess like this.
Well, how Lon of her.
She didn't even leave a single survivor to get intel from. One of these men must have known about Hule and Zhao Cho's whereabouts.
Is Zhao Chu still alive?
He has to be.
Why do you care?
A retainer like myself is nothing more than an insignificant shadow who stands by the general's side. But Zhao Cho is different. Without his careful treatment, the general wouldn't even be here today. Hopefully, he can use that silver tongue of his to buy himself enough time. Take a good look around. If you can find 1 or 2 Borisin that aren't dead yet, let me know. I don't care how tight their lips are sealed. I always have a way to crack them open and get the information we need.
I am not a fan of torture. That being said, my country seems to be not in agreement with me about that. Oh, is that Moktok?
Terrifying attack.
Holy shit, Moktok is still around. I thought you'd be with Hule.
Who could have imagined that such astonishing strength would lie in the hands of a Foxian war slave? So decisive, so brutal. She is more like a descendant of Duran than we who have fallen to our current state. No wonder the warhead has his eyes on her.
The fact that you still draw a breath after an attack like that.
I remember you, Moktok. You are harder to kill than a cockroach.
Cockroaches, fun fact, actually really easy to kill.
But the fact that you have willingly shown yourself saves us some time. It is not too late for you to surrender. Tell me, where are Hule and Zhao Cho?
Save your energy, Yaoqing monkey. If there is one principle that we beasts know well, it is that we might have to break off an arm to break free from a cage. Today, I will be that arm.
Damn. How loyal is he really?
I lived as a hunter for many years. Yet I have only followed the warhead for this recent, brief period. However, his existence has brought light back to our once blind eyes. Like the moon of Verdantia. He has shown me the way.
I just realized we have the two edgelords on screen together.
The descendants of Duran have
Who can make a voice that's more gravelly than the other? It almost feels like they were in competition with each other.
We took solace in the
Moza or
shadows
Maktak.
and fed on one another. We were no longer wolves. We were no more than rats, living a dirty and pathetic life. Thanks to the gift granted to us by Lord Hule, I have shared his vision and his blood. The descendants of Duran should live for the victory of the pack, and they should die for it as well.
Great. We had to get the fervent, dogmatic one. Huh? See what I did there?
Come,
now that's how you do a pun.
Show me your fangs. We will fight to the death.
How honorable, you mangy dog. But you seem to have misunderstood. There will be no fair one-on-one duel. Let's see how tough you are once we've put you down.
Let's go with boop, boop, boop.
Boils in my veins.
Show no mercy.
Easy there, Maktak.
Eternal sleep is not the Borisin resurgence?
The Borisin resurgence.
You think you can still pillage and murder freely, as you did 1,000 years before? Xinzhou Yaoqing will ensure that this is nothing more than your dying fantasy.
This combat needs optimizing.
I mean, let's just kill the boss.
A foregone conclusion.
Bye, Maktak. Oh, he just got all his health back.
More business, eh?
Trifling.
Let's top off our health a little bit.
Time for a buzz.
Ooh, that's a really good.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Ooh, we lost the buff.
Conflict is pitiless.
That's bad.
Hey, watch the face.
You took the bait.
I don't think it matters who we put this on. So let's just build some SP.
Receive divinity. 1,000 things. Show no mercy.
All right. Oh, that's too bad for you.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
Let's settle this. Bloom. Repay. Eternals.
The dead return!
Locha is such a good healer.
Here, this thunder!
Boris and resurgence shall come.
No matter how heroic your sacrifice, there is no honor in your battles or deaths, Borisin.
It seems that Moktok got what he wished for.
Wow, you came by just to watch and gloat?
Hule, your declaration of war is over. From now on, no matter where you run, General Fei Shao will catch you and send you to the same fate as Moktok.
Your tongue is sharper than your claws. Don't stand in my way, child. Have your general speak with me. Our little hunting game is not over yet.
There's a lot of light on his face. We could probably use that to determine where he is.
Stand down, Waltz.
That's what we did when we tried to figure out where
I
Kafka
am here,
was.
Hule.
Way
What
back.
do you wish to say?
The Merlin's Claw. Though we have never met on the battlefield, I have heard many interesting things about you from both my men and your healer. The people of the Xianzhou must be quite brave to allow a Foxian war slave with Borisin blood to ascend to the position of general. Has no one ever questioned that lineage of yours? Or could it be that your grand achievements were enough to convince everyone to keep their lips sealed?
Is it an open secret, or is it a secret at all? I actually don't know how many people know.
Claiming to have family ties with the enemy sounds to me like an attempt at asking for mercy. Hule, are you begging me for mercy?
I see that it is not only the ruthless blood of a wolf that courses through your veins, but also the cunning blood of a fox. When you think about it, this was a gift from the Borisin. Anything that we gift, we are also free to reclaim.
That's not how gifts work, I don't think.
The Merlin's Claw. I shall extend a final
Once it's given, it's not yours anymore.
I will be waiting for you on the Sky Splitter. Before you arrive, I will slaughter all in sight, allowing the crimson moon that has fallen dim for over 700 years to once more come to life. I will illuminate this ship with the sheen of blood and show everyone just how weak and powerless the Xianzhou is.
I don't think they're weak and powerless. The Stellaron Hunters wouldn't have gone through so much length to try to get them as allies to the Astral Express if they didn't think that them being a powerful ally was a bad idea. I think you greatly underestimate the Sancho Alliance.
Every blockade and barrier you have prepared, and begin my journey home. This ship shall be the flagship for the Borisin Resurgence. Before I finish these tasks of mine, you have a chance to stop me, or die at my hands. This is the path that I have prepared for you.
I don't get a chance to stop you if you just said you're gonna kill everyone before we get there.
I accept your challenge, Hule. Because the very moment you stepped aboard the Sky Splitter, you stepped onto your path to ruin.
Jing Liu's on the Sky Splitter. No, we found out in a previous... Just a little bit earlier, I think, we found out that she's actually not on the world. Kinda weird. Which makes me assume that Locha is also not on the Sancho anymore. What the hell is going on with Locha? I'm more interested to find out what his deal was, and I'm honestly kind of disappointed that the 2.5 story didn't revolve around Jing Liu and Luocha, because I want that plot thread to continue. It was really nice that we got an elaboration on the Tingyun plotline,